For generations, Pokemon fans have been waiting for a chance to catch their favorite Pokemon in real life. And now they can. Well, kinda. Thanks to Pokemon Go. Taking over the world one country at a time, Pokemon Go touched the hearts of multiple generations of Pokemon fans with its augmented reality goodness. But how did such an ambitious game come to life, and how is it affecting our daily lives? I'm Adrian with the Leaderboard, and I'm here to guide you through 107 facts about Pokemon Go. Let's get started. Fact number 1. Pokemon Go's origins date back to an April Fool's prank by Google and Nintendo in 2014. The idea was conceived by then Nintendo president Satoru Iwata and Tsunekazu Ishihara of the Pokemon Company, along with Tatsuo Nomura of Google Maps. Number 2. Dubbed the Pokemon Challenge, the prank, or rather the game, required players to find Pokemon hiding throughout Google Maps. Number 3. The trailer for the Pokemon Challenge seems to serve the most inspiration for Pokemon Go. In the trailer, many individuals traverse a variety of landscapes to find different Pokemon hidden through their phones. Of course, the way to catch them is by throwing a Pokeball using their phones. Sounds familiar, right? Number 4. While the Pokemon Challenge was just a prank, players who managed to find all 151 first-generation Pokemon received a business card with the job title Pokemon Master. You can tell there was some sort of seriousness involved with the game. I'm still mad I didn't get mine, but in my heart, I know I caught all 151. Number 5. Pokemon Go development was officially revealed in September 2015. This was accompanied by a speech by Tsunekazu Ishihara, which was dedicated to the late Satoru Iwata, who helped conceive the original idea for the game. Number 6. Pokemon Go was funded massively by Google, the Pokemon Company, and Nintendo, who together poured $30 million into the game's development. $30 million. Number 7. Pokemon Go's development was handled by Niantic. The company was responsible for the 2012 augmented reality game, Ingress. Number 8. John Hanke believes Pokemon Go can be bigger than popular MMOs. He said in an interview, "I think we can be bigger than World of Warcraft. There are more mobile devices than gaming configured PCs out there." Number 9. The music you hear in Pokemon Go might sound a little familiar. That's because longtime Pokemon veteran Junichi Matsuda composed music for the game. Number 10. Nintendo revealed that the music in the game is set to a fast tempo to encourage players to walk faster. Well, it sure is working for me. Number 11. You can thank Matsuda for the easy-to-learn, hard-to-master capturing system in Pokemon Go. Love it or hate it, it's all you got to catch those Pokemon. Number 12. March 2016 was the start of the Japan-only beta testing period, giving lucky Japanese players a chance to test out the game. This was followed by a slow beta testing rollout for international fans, expanding to Australia, New Zealand in April, and the United States in May. Number 13. Sadly for beta testers, the trial ended on June 30. And even worse, the Pokemon players captured during the beta test weren't saved for the actual release. Number 14. After waiting a long 2 weeks after the beta test, Pokemon Go was released in the United States, Australia, and New Zealand on July 6. This expanded to the United Kingdom on July 13, and 26 new countries on July 16. Number 15. Currently, only the original 151 Pokemon are planned to be catchable in Pokemon Go. However, the developers hope to one day expand the roster to the rest of the Pokemon generations. Sooner or later, I'll be able to catch my own Fennekin. Number 16. I say plan to be catchable because as of this 107, currently 6 Pokemon are unavailable. Ditto, strangely enough, along with the legendary Pokemon Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Mewtwo, and Mew. Number 17. The catching gets tougher, as some Pokemon are even region exclusives. Currently discovered exclusives are Tauros for the United States, Kangaskhan for Australia, Mr. Mime in Europe, and Farfetch'd in Asia. Number 18. Pokemon Go took the world by storm and has been insanely popular among fans and non-fans as well. The game has been downloaded more than 15 million times on Apple's App Store and Google Play Store combined. Number 19. Investors took notice of Pokemon Go's popularity as well. Nintendo stock jumped nearly 25% over the release's weekend, giving the gaming giant its biggest rise in years, as well as a huge boost in its share prices. Number 20. As of July 14, 2016, Pokemon Go is the biggest mobile game out there, beating out daily active users of Candy Crush Saga and Draw Something. Number 21. Not only is it the biggest mobile game, but it's also proving to be one of the biggest mobile apps. Pokemon Go is reported to have beat out Twitter in daily users, and even Facebook in engagement. Players spend an average of 33 minutes and counting in-game, as opposed to Facebook's 22 minutes. Number 22. Apparently, Pokemon Go is also a good way to find dates. There are dozens of stories popping up on social media about people meeting while they're playing, and the missed connection section on Craigslist is full of messages messages from players. The app has also bypassed Tinder in terms of usability. Number 23. The Pokemon Go wave has affected nearly everyone, and we mean that. Some notable celebrities playing Pokemon Go include Josh Groban, the Jonas Brothers, Wiz Khalifa, Monica Lewinsky, Stephen Colbert, and Reuven Rivlin, the president of Israel. Somebody call security. Number 24. Frederator, The Stars Are Waiting even ran into The Daily Show host Trevor Noah while on a run to catch water Pokemon at Riverside Park. The people you meet on these Pokeruns, man. Number 25. Not only are celebrities dropping Pokeballs left and right, but politicians as well. During the 2016 campaign, Hillary Clinton reached out to young people by setting up one of her campaign events near a Pokey Stop. She encouraged supporters to use the lure module, get free Pokemon, and battle each other while registering to vote. What world do we live in? Number 26. Spotify streams of the Pokemon theme song Gotta Catch 'Em All also increased 362% worldwide, while streams of other Pokemon songs have more than tripled the amount than normal. Guess everyone needs a killer soundtrack while tracking down Pokemon. Number 27. Pokemon Go's release wasn't without problems. Due to the large amount of players downloading and playing the game was plagued with server issues. Players were left with an unplayable game until the team could alleviate the server strains. Number 28. If your country doesn't have Pokemon Go yet, you can blame those stupid servers. Because of the unstable servers, Niantic paused the release of the game in other countries until they were comfortable fixing the constant issues. Number 29. Outside of the US and other countries where the game was officially released, users around the world have been trying to download Pokemon Go using an APK, bypassing the official app stores. The main source of these APK downloads saw its traffic go from roughly 600,000 visits on July 5 to over 4 million visits on July 6 alone. Number 30. Unfortunately, Nintendo isn't too keen on letting this happen. To avoid any problems, Nintendo has been issuing takedown notices left and right to limit the area players want to download. This is to avoid any problems in areas where the game hasn't fully released yet. Number 31. Pokemon Go also took flack from users wary of their personal information being stolen. Players who signed up using Google gave the app unrestricted access to their respective Google accounts on the iOS version of the game, which sparked questions regarding their privacy. Niantic have since fixed this issue, and the game no longer has unrestricted access to the information. Number 32. To nobody's surprise, Pokemon Go will kill your phone battery. The general estimate is that about 3 hours of on and off use can leave you without juice. Guess it's time to take an external battery on your Pokemon Go adventures. Number 33. There is a remedy to this, however. When you have battery saver mode on, you can turn your phone upside down to darken your screen so it will no longer draw the map and put less strain on your battery life. Number 34. Like in the main Pokemon series, your character needs a starter Pokemon. Much like in Pokemon Red and Blue, the 3 starters you can choose from outright are Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Number 35. As a wise professor once said, the early bird gets the worm, or in this case, the Pokemon. But unlike Ash, who was forced to choose Pikachu, you can choose whether or not you want Pikachu as a hidden starter Pokemon. All you have to do is ignore poor little Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle and keep walking until Pikachu appears on the map. Number 36. The world is filled with Pokemon for you to catch, and not just in tall grass. Some Pokemon are based off of location, so if you want to catch water Pokemon easily, you best be near a body of water. Number 37. Pokemon show up mostly in densely populated areas. This is why trainers have bad luck finding Pokemon in large open fields, but tons of luck finding Pokemon in department stores. Number 38. Time of day is also important to the Pokemon in Pokemon Go. The time of the day influences what Pokemon you can catch. You're more likely to catch a Ghastly at night than during the day. However, don't rely on time of day to affect the amount of Pokemon you catch. Number 39. Having trouble finding your Pokemon of choice? Well, on the bottom right of the screen, you can check out the nearby feature implemented in the game. Pokemon distance is indicated by the amount of footprints it has, 3 being the farthest at 90 meters and above, and none being the closest at under 40 meters. Number 40. See those green leaves flying in the air? There might be Pokemon there. While not precise, heading that direction might bring up your chances of finding Pokemon. Number 41. Running out of items? Well, you can stop by your local Pokestop for more items. By visiting a Pokestop, you can acquire items such as Pokeballs, potions, and other wonderful goodies to use on your adventure. Number 42. Pokestops, which are littered all over the map, more so in densely populated areas, are based off of real landmarks, interesting spots, and other known locations. These little buggers are indicated by a light blue diamond in your in-game map. Number 43. Like Pokestops, gyms can be found scattered around the map. Unlike Pokestops, gyms are PvP areas that players can capture and defend from other players. Number 44. The teams in Pokemon Go act in a giant territory control game within the Pokemon Go community. The point is to push your team to control as many gyms as possible. Controlling gyms also give you the ability to get 10 free Pokecoins every 24 hours. Number 45. If it's a gym that your team's captured, you can head over there to train your Pokemon. Number 46. You can also leave your Pokemon at a gym to defend it against rival teams and hold on to that gym for your team. Number 47. Players can choose to associate themselves with one of 3 factions upon reaching level 5. These factions are Team Instinct, Team Mystic, and Team Valor, representing Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres respectively. Number 48. These teams are are also divided by color, red, blue, and yellow. Sound familiar? Well, those are the same colors of the original Pokemon games for the Game Boy. Now, when are we going to get a green team? Venusaur, anyone? Number 49. The most popular team right now, and I stress right now, is Team Mystic. Go Articuno, you are totally the #1 bird. Number 50. Fans tired of the cross-faction hostility have created a quote-unquote team dubbed Team Harmony. They are represented by Lugia, the legendary Pokemon known to have quelled the fighting between Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres in the movie Pokemon 2000. The so-called team also has a nice graphic made by DeviantArt's Seoxys 6. Number 51. We mentioned that the legendaries were currently unavailable to catch. However, since Niantic has a history of hosting special events for their previous game, Ingress, and allowed players to collect exclusive emblems for taking part, it's theorized that these special Pokemon will only be available during these public battles. So get ready to buy some plane tickets, or just incubate a serious number of eggs. Number 52. When asked whether live events are something that the game will do right off the bat, Hankey replied by saying, "We haven't announced it yet, but I'd say that given the success of Ingress, it's a pretty safe bet." Number 53. Speaking of Ingress, Pokey Stops and gyms were based off of the Ingress map. Ingress, the augmented reality multiplayer game, was launched in beta by Niantic in 2011. Its users are responsible for helping create the data pool that determines where Pokestops and gyms appear in Pokemon Go. Number 54. The CEO of Niantic also believes that while the technology is not yet mature, the game will potentially be working with augmented reality goggles. Number 55. Boy, haven't we come a long way. Before there was Pokemon Go, there was geocaching. Started in 2000 by computer consultant Dave Ulmer, geocaching was a recreational activity of hunting for hidden objects by means of GPS coordinates posted on a website. Originally, he had left behind some CDs, a VHS tape, a slingshot, a book, a can of beans, and a logbook. It was a geek's guide to exercising, but without the possibility of catching a Gyarados. Number 56. You can't really cheat egg hatching. If you gotta walk 5 kilometers, you gotta walk 5 kilometers. Taking a train, bus, plane, or car will not trick the game, as it uses the pedometer on your phone to make sure you're on the straight and narrow. However, if there's a will, there's a way, and people have found the way. Number 57. While most people have already figured out that driving a car will not count towards your egg hatching, riding a bike or skating will. Any method of slow transportation works, even if you aren't stepping. So, a really slow car ride will also help you hatch eggs. Number 58. Exercise was one of the explicit goals to creating Pokemon Go. John Hankey even explained, "A lot of fitness apps come with a lot of baggage that end up making you feel like a failed Olympic athlete when you're just trying to get fit. Pokemon Go is designed to get you up and moving by promising you Pokemon as rewards, rather than placing pressure on you." Number 59. It's not all talk either. Preliminary data from the Cardiogram app for Apple Watch and the fitness tracking company Jawbone show that there's been an uptick in physical activity among users since the launch of the game. Number 60. There's always two types of people in this world. A lot of fans are figuring out ways to beat the game's physical exercise requirement. There are reports of people using drones and ceiling fans to keep their phones moving and to get Pokemon creatures to appear. Tisk tisk. Number 61. While the trading feature shown in the announcement trailer has yet to be seen, John Hankey teased that trading will definitely come to Pokemon Go. That and bi-weekly updates to the game. So, when trading comes, can somebody trade me a Dragonite? I can give you my favorite Pidgey. Number 62. The turn-based battle system is gone. It's been replaced by a faster system, utilizing swipes and taps to dodge an attack. Number 63. Putting weak Pokemon into gyms does no one any favors, except maybe yourself, you greedy Pokecoin hoarder. You might hold it for your team initially, but only until it's beaten by the opposition. You can't train it up or swap it out, so you're more likely to simply have it beaten and taken over, booting everyone out of the gym. Number 64. You want to work on getting up your team's prestige by battling, which is how gyms become higher level. In other words, by taking on friendly matches at a gym your team already owns, you're making that gym even stronger against future attacks from rival teams. Number 65. Just like in previous games, Pokemon Go allows players to have a type advantage over their opponents. Doing so will cause much more damage than normal. For instance, a single type advantage, such as a water attack against a ground type Pokemon, will be super effective. Sweet. Number 66. Look for Pokemon Go gyms on your map. If you're planning an outing, try the Poke Go map website. It's a massive database of user-reported Poke gyms and Pokestops. The site is constantly updated with new locations and information. Number 67. The levels of a gym indicate how many Pokemon you might potentially battle. If the gym is level 1, you've only got to fight 1 Pokemon. If it's level 2, then you've got to fight potentially 2 Pokemon. Number 68. If you want to take over a gym, that's a different story. Sure, you can defeat the gym once, but in order to take over the gym, you have to keep battling until the gym's prestige depletes to 0. Not only that, but you have to place Pokemon at the gym so that they can defend it from opposing factions. Number 69. Want to launch some of those special attacks? Once your special attack meter is charged, long press your Pokemon to perform a special attack. Special attacks cause large amounts of damage, far better than just viciously tapping. Number 70. Duplicate Pokemon can be sent to Professor Willow to get more candies, which are used for powering up and evolving other Pokemon of the same species. Always make sure to transfer the weakest version of each Pokemon. Number 71. Cherry berries, orange berries, lepa berries, berries, so many berries. But out of all the berries in the Pokemon series, only raspberries have made it into the game. In the main series of games, a raspberry has no effect when used, but it could be used as a crafting ingredient for the berry systems in the games. In Pokemon Go, raspberries improve your chances in catching a Pokemon. Number 72. Evolution shards have become all that people can talk about. Or not. Evolution shards have been scrapped from the beta, instead being replaced by candies. The shards would have allowed trainers to evolve their Pokemon into more powerful forms, just as leveling up and evolution stones did in previous games. However, this feature has been shifted to candies, possibly referencing rare candies. Still, evolution shards, evolution. Number 73. Incense is made to be just for you. It works great if you want to wander around the city and make sure Pokemon come to you, or if you want to stay in a lure module and use incense and have Pokemon come to you and appear around you. That's the tip right there. Number 74. Dropping a lure module at a Pokestop will let Pokemon come to that Pokestop. It can also be used for making fast friends with any Pokemon Go trainers in the area. Your nickname will appear next to the lure module, so others know who is nice enough to share the wealth. Number 75. The in-game shop gives players the opportunity to purchase items that they wouldn't normally find at a stop. For example, there are 20 packs of Pokeballs and upgrades to the storage unit available. Getting anything from the Poke Shop requires players to have the appropriate amount of gold. Purchasing gold runs between $1 up to $100. Number 76. Multiple users can see the same Pokemon spawn in the same spot at the same time, and multiple users can capture that same Pokemon at the same time. Number 77. The circles that you see overlapping wild Pokemon are more than just a target. You'll notice that they shrink and grow as you hold your Pokeball. When the circle is at its smallest, that's when your catch rate is the highest. Number 78. There's a device known as the Pokemon Go Plus that players can wear. The device senses nearby Pokemon and informs the wearer of their presence by vibrating and flashing. By pressing the button, a trainer can capture the Pokemon and view it later on their mobile device. In this way, users aren't forced to continually take out their phones to play the game. Number 79. It might be a bit tough trying to find a Pokemon Go Plus though. The craze caused the device to sell out online, unless you go to eBay, where resellers are selling their pre-orders for ridiculous amounts. Number 80. You may have noticed the arc over your Pokemon's head and how it fills up when you power them up. This roughly corresponds to your Pokemon's level, or CP. The further over to the right the arc is, the more powerful your Pokemon is in relation to other Pokemon of the same species. Number 81. If you see purple leaves around a Pokestop, that means someone used a lure module on it. This not only causes the stop to generate more and better items, it also attracts wild Pokemon to it. If one's nearby, you should check it out right away. If you check my Pokemap out during lunchtime, it's filled with purpley Pokestops. Number 82. Even if your bag's full, you still get 50 experience points from each visit to a Pokestop, which is quite a small amount but can be very useful for leveling up when you first start. Number 83. Pokestops can be used multiple times. The icon will turn purple when you visited a Pokestop, but wait 5 minutes or so and you'll be able to access it again. Number 84. We know the game is still pretty buggy, but here's a tip. Once you catch Pokemon, don't move your camera, because there's a tendency for the game to freeze and you're gonna have to restart the app. Number 85. Always be aware of your Pokemon's CP, or combat power. It expresses how likely your Pokemon is to win in a fight. You can range your Pokemon display by CP, so you can see who's the strongest at any given time. But remember, CP doesn't always mean it has a lot of HP. Number 86. You might also want to wait until you're level 9 to evolve your Pokemon. Once you hit level 9, you'll get something called a Lucky Egg, which gives you double the experience points. My suggestion is to catch a lot of Pidgey and evolve them while you have the Lucky Egg on. You get tons of experience points. Number 87. Caught an Eevee and wanted to evolve into your favorite evolution? Well, a neat little trick involves nicknaming your Eevee. If you want a Jolteon, name it Sparky. A Vaporeon, name it Rainer. And a Flareon, name it Pyro. These were the names given to the Eevee brothers in the Pokemon anime. Number 88. Small businesses are monetizing on Pokestops and gyms located near them. One New York City pizzeria has seen a 75% boost in its business as a result of dropping a lure. Number 89. Huge Inc. has also started experimenting with Pokestops. Their Atlanta location is home to the Huge Cafe, which is located between two Pokestops. They activate lures throughout the day to encourage players to catch Pokemon near their location. They plan on seeing the effectiveness applying game mechanics in the real world has on businesses. Number 90. The effects of Pokestops has led to businesses to seek sponsorships with Pokemon Go. McDonald's will be the first sponsored locations for Pokestops. Number 91. T-Mobile announced that it's thanking its customers with free, unlimited data for Pokemon Go for a whole year. On top of that, 250 people will each win $100 in Pokecoins, and 5 people will win a Pokemon Go hunting trip anywhere in the US for themselves and a guest. Number 92. Looking for a room to rent or a house to buy? Well, some real estate agents are using proximity of Pokestops and gyms to sell houses. One advertisement in New York pitches, "We live above a Pokestop, so if you're an aspiring Pokemon Go master, unlimited raspberries. Go crazy." Number 93. Players can now request Pokestop and gym locations. Just simply go to the Pokemon Go support page, fill out a form to submit your request, and even attach a photo. Just Don't make my house a Pokestop. Number 94. These forms also allow players to report the means of unwanted landmarks. Police stations have already warned players not to go to their locations for Pokestops. Number 95. Memorials and cemeteries are also pushing against Pokestops to be on their sites. Officials at the Holocaust Museum and Poland's Auschwitz Memorial are calling on Pokemon Go maker Niantic to take Pokestops off their location, saying it dishonors Holocaust victims. Remember, there's a place for everything, folks. Be mindful of where you're catching your Pokemon, please. Number 96. Reports of trespassing to get to Pokestops has led to serious arrests and even death. In Germany, police arrested a suspect who was wanted for evading a prison sentence after he was out venturing with his friends to catch Pokemon. Number 97. On July 15, 2 California men fell off the edge of an ocean bluff while playing Pokemon Go. They both suffered from moderate injuries, which goes to show that being aware of your surroundings is super important when playing the game, especially if there might be a Gyarados in front of you. Number 98. On July 8, 19-year-old Shayla Wiggins was trying to find a water Pokemon in a location that sounds like the perfect place for them, near a river in Riverton, Wyoming. While scanning the area, Wiggins discovered what turned out to be a body floating in the water and called 911. Wiggins told Kotaku that because she quit playing to dial 911, she never did find the Pokemon she was looking for. Priorities, man, priorities! Number 99. 4 suspects in O'Fallon, Missouri allegedly used Pokemon Go to lure at least 11 users into a trap. The suspects set locations on the app where players could find wild Pokemon. They then allegedly mugged them when they arrived at the location, stealing phones and personal belongings. Number 100. A perk to the crime rate? Well, it's making police's jobs a whole lot easier catching criminals with warrants. Some police stations are requesting gyms nearby to lure in criminals with warrants. One instance occurred at the Milford police station when a criminal arrived in his pajama pants and t-shirts seeking a gym, but was arrested for his long criminal record, so you can catch them all. Number 101. Pokemon Go players all over the internet have been claiming that the app is sending them to the strangest places. There have been reports of Pokestops and gyms inside graveyards, behind strip clubs, at London's MI5 security agency headquarters, in toilets, and inside places of worship. One user discovered that his home was listed as a gym, and noticed several people parking outside his gate. Number 102. If you thought living in the suburbs was bad for Pokemon Go, wait till you live in South Korea. Currently, the only place that people in South Korea can play Pokemon Go is in the remote city of Sokcho. It's been dubbed the Pokemon Go Holy Land, and players have flocked to the city to get a taste of the game. Number 103. There are Pokemon gyms at the White House and the Pentagon. Maybe the next president will be determined by Pokemon battles. Number 104. Turns out, the Pokemon aren't afraid with tampering with the extraterrestrial. Quite recently, the gaming channel Frag Hero went out to Area 51 only to find empty gyms and a bunch of interesting catches. There, they caught Sandslash, Abra, Ponyta, and of course, Pikachu. No Mewtwo though? What a waste. Number 105. However, as far as real space goes, NASA confirmed that astronauts can't hunt Pokemon aboard the International Space Station. Although they have smartphones, they only use them for research and not scoping out for Deoxys. Nerds. Number 106. Despite the negatives, parents are using Pokemon Go to practice wellness with their children. Rather than existing solely as a game, Pokemon Go is being used as a way to engage in social events and family activities. Number 107. Pokemon Go is having big positive impacts on mental health by combating issues with depression, anxiety, and even agoraphobia. And those are 107 facts about Pokemon Go. Did we catch them all? Probably not. If you have any interesting facts that you would like to share, or if you want us to do 107 facts about your favorite game, let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to check out some of our other 107 facts videos by clicking the annotations or links in the description. We have new videos dropping every week, so let us know what game you want us to cover next. And if you like getting more from your games, subscribe to the Leaderboard, where we help you game smarter.